There are millions of people who love the Oscars, love the Grammys, where they get to sit down once a year and see their favorite actor be celebrated for a world-renowned movie where they have portrayed a certain character that was part of a script that came alive as a story on the big screen, okay? But I want to remind you that you too are an Oscar-winning actor. That's right, you too. You didn't even have to go to acting school to become this world-class actor. Most people every day are creating world-renowned movies based on what they think, what they actually are thinking or seeing right now through their five senses. And the trouble is, most of these movies that you create are full of not so happy endings. I mean, if you look at any Oscar-winning movie, it often has a beautiful hero journey, right? It starts off inspirational, then there's a dip in the valley, then there may be everything's going to be all right, then there's another dip in the valley, and then the hero emerges and the movie ends on a great note. But for many of us, each and every day, we are living out movies that don't have happy endings because of the way we are thinking. I do know this, that most of us have been conditioned to think the worst thing that's going to happen. And the trouble is, the more you get emotionally involved in the worst thing happening, then that is often what happens, because the subconscious mind is a loyal friend and it cannot discriminate if that is a good thought or a bad thought. It just accepts the negative thinking, the imagery that goes with the thinking, and gets to work. It's a servo mechanism that loves a project, it loves the destination, and it gets to work to make it happen. That's part of your reality. And in order for you to change your movie from one of doom and gloom, then you need to start to master your mind. And to master your mind, the first thing is to come back to being in the present moment, because many people are living in the past or they're living in the future, but most people are not living in the here and now. And I want to share with you, if you want to have peace in your life, then you do life in, as I say, day-tight compartments, where you just live for today and do your work for today and do it 1% better every single day. But that's all you need to do, is to stay in a day-tight compartment and be present, right? Be very present to your life, because most people suddenly wake up 20 years later and they've spent 20 years worrying about their kids, worrying about money, but they actually never enjoyed a joyful existence during those 20 years, because they were spent either in the future, dreading the future, worrying about the future, or living in the past of what happened in 1960 that I'm so worried about it's going to happen again today. So I guess today my post goes out to you to support you now to really catch your thoughts, really become aware of the thought machine that you have inside your mind that's spitting out thoughts day in, day out, based on what your five senses pick up. And we're bombarded with over 70,000 thoughts coming in all over, from what we hear, smell, taste, touch, whatever we're seeing. They're coming in at record speed into the conscious mind. And it does take discipline and your will, which is a muscle inside the conscious mind, to reject many of these thoughts day in, day out. You almost need to become like a drone a friendly drone, I might say, that's constantly monitoring and managing what thoughts are coming in and rejecting most of them. But the quickest way, and I want to keep reiterating to you, is to have a goal and to know where you are going. If you can have a goal and the goal creates the image inside the boardroom of your mind, then you can automatically, when lots of different negative thoughts are coming in, is to redirect your mind to the image of where you are going. The moment you get the image up of where you are going, the hurry and the fear dissipate. They go away, because suddenly the mind can only think on one thing. It's either going to be positive or it's going to be negative. So you might as well know exactly where you're going. Constantly get that image, that picture up inside the boardroom of the mind. The moment you feel in your body that you've become emotionally involved in the wrong idea, is to switch and get the image out. You don't even have to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? You don't. The image itself will create the feeling inside the subconscious mind. And the feeling is the elixir for you starting to attract what you want, because you don't attract just by the doing. You attract by the way you are feeling, the emotional feeling. The picture creates the feeling and helps you attract success instead of repel it. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, Tanya Pluckrose. As you can see, just by this conversation, I'm all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. I highly recommend you subscribe. I pop out like toast these videos 4 days a week. That is my mission, to continually say the same thing, but say it in different ways until you get an understanding that all your suffering is because of the way you are thinking. But when you start to think in a certain way, then your whole life is going to change. And today I gave you a handy hint, which was to, first of all, help you master your mind by realizing you're scaring yourself to death. You are an Oscar-winning actor anyway, day in, day out, and to start to create the movie you would love for your life. And that is to get very clear with what you want, get it on a goal card, get the image, and constantly go back to that image. And that is what you are going to create into your life. And guess what? It is going to be an Oscar-winning movie called Your Precious Life. See you soon.